Hey everyone, and welcome to another Frog Island devlog. For those of you who are new to this channel, Frog Island is a cozy hand-drawn frog collection game I've been working on for about a year now. So before we start, take a look at these 4 games. What's the one thing that these games all have in common? Believe it or not, it's fishing. From Red Dead's beautiful environments to Stardew's cozy farms, casting a line and reeling in a catch seems to be a beloved pastime across all these games. As such, I believe it's only fair to implement a fishing system of my own into Frog Island, especially since I think it'd be a perfect fit to include something relaxing as fishing. In today's devlog, I'll be going over how I implemented this brand new fishing system, as well as a cozy fish shop, a new beach area, and lots more. If you'd like to support the development of Frog Island, feel free to check out my Ko-Fi page linked in the description below. Feel free to also check out the Frog Island Steam page and leave a wishlist. It really helps increase the game's visibility in the Steam algorithm and is a quick and completely free way to show your support. Okay, so every fishing system needs 3 things: water, fish, and gameplay. To start off, I had to figure out how to create good looking water for my game. Finding a decent water shader that matched my art style was pretty difficult, and I didn't really want to learn another scripting language for shaders, so my only option was to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, so I don't know the first thing when it comes to animating, but if you've watched my other devlogs, you'll know that I like to cheese these animations a little bit with the power of tweens. First, I tried to create a static wave that would serve as the base of the animation and the foam that will lie on top. In real life, waves tend to come from the ocean and crash into the shore, creating a push and pull pattern. To mimic this, I duplicated the wave base and tweened them to slowly crash in and out as if new waves were coming in. I also darkened the shoreline whenever waves hit the shore and faded when they washed back. After playing around with the tweens, I was able to achieve this. It's still a work in progress, but compared to the old water shaders, this is definitely a huge upgrade. So water is great and all, but where will this water go? Well, any fishing system isn't complete without a beautiful beach to fish in, so I decided to finally expand the island and make a new area, the beach. I wanted to create an environment that wasn't so flat compared to others and also seamlessly transitioned from forests to sand. I added a few cliffs, designed small and large variants of a palm tree, added some lovely wind shaders, scattered a few seashells, and voila. Feels like something is missing. Oh, right. I forgot, I also designed a beach hut that will serve as the new fishing shop for the angler frog. More on this later in the video. The next item on my to-do list was designing fish. I needed some designs that were detailed, but not too realistic to the point where it's uncanny like a certain game I know. I made a list of all the freshwater and saltwater fish I wanted to draw, and after some research on each fish, I came up with these first 6. Drawing these fish was quite challenging, as I had to make lots of tiny details on a small canvas, but I'm really happy with how they turned out. On Frog Island, these fish will appear in small groups in the water, floating and swimming about. These pools of fish will indicate if a body of water is fishable. Of course, I plan on designing lots more fish in the future, but for now, these few fish will be more than enough. With water to fish in, a wonderful cozy beach, and fish to catch, it was finally time to start making the fishing minigame. Now, this is where things get interesting. In the gaming community, people have very contrasting opinions on what makes a fishing minigame fun. Take Stardew for example. Some people love the challenging gameplay it offers, with cool customizations like bait and bobbers to enhance different perks. However, some people think it's unrealistic and frustrating and hate it to death. And when I say hate, I mean like... Okay, maybe that was a bit exaggerated, but what I'm trying to say is it's really difficult to find a good balance between realism and engagement in fishing minigames. But I wanted to try and create a minigame that was somewhat unique with enough mechanics to make it potentially challenging, but also fun to play. So I designed a fishing rod with fishing animations, added in some lovely verlet string physics to make the fishing string come to life, and voila! Here is the final result. Alright, let me explain how this works. To start, players can choose from 3 types of bait to use: common, rare, and magic. After waiting for a few seconds, a fish will bite and the minigame will begin. A vertical bar will pop up on the left, which is your fishing progress. To catch the fish, all you have to do is continuously hold down the mouse until the fish icon reaches above the water. However, it's not that simple, as there are many different ways you can lose a fish. Every once in a while, the tension on the line will get too high and the line will gradually turn bright red. If you're still holding down the mouse when the line is red, the line will snap and the fish will escape just like in real life. Next, make sure the hook icon doesn't reach the bottom of the bar where the seaweed is. If so, the fish will also escape just like in real life. And that's it. Simple, somewhat realistic, and hopefully something you've never seen before. Okay, in all seriousness, I don't think it's possible to completely rid fishing of its repetitiveness, and maybe that's the beauty of fishing. It's just supposed to be a fun alternative to pass the time or have a change of pace in an otherwise stressful environment. With the fishing system complete, I now had one final challenge to tackle, a fishing shop. Similar to the general store I created with the Merchant Frog, I wanted to make one that was beach and ocean themed, and after some brainstorming and research, here's the design I came up with. By the way, this ladder definitely wasn't inspired by Willy's shop. Now, who is this drippy blue frog, you might be wondering? Meet the newest member of Frog Island, Angler Frog. This colorful guy lives in the beach hut, wearing a small straw hat, pouch full of fresh herbs, and his very own fishing rod. So what can players do in this shop? Well, there are 4 main things they'll want to check out. Players can click on this bulletin board to view their daily fishing quests. This involves completing fishing bounties and catching different fish for coins and other rewards. Some fish will fetch a higher price than others depending on their rarity. Players will also be given the option to buy some of the Angler Frog's wares. This might include fish, ocean-related toys, and other aquatic items. Selecting the buy option will lower the glass frame, and players can click on whichever item they want to buy and even choose the quantity to buy. In addition to buying, players can also sell any fish they've previously caught. In this mini inventory, players can select which items they want to sell, the quantity, and an indicator will appear to the right displaying how much that item sells for. Finally, players can craft different kinds of bait when they run out. This will require certain amounts of bugs, which they can catch in the wild using their bug net. Each bait will require a certain bug value threshold to craft, where each bug has a different value depending on their rarity. Players can add or remove bugs, and once they reach the required amount, they can craft themselves a yummy piece of bait. Alright, with all these systems in place, I'd like to give you guys a final showcase of the fishing system and fishing shop. Please enjoy. So yeah, that's another main system done for Frog Island. And I believe this is actually the last main bit of gameplay I need to design. With all the pieces in place, I can finally focus on polishing, rehauling, and really adding in all the content and details for the game. In the next devlog, I plan on making some much needed changes to the cooking system by completely rehauling it. I'd also like to redesign the map system and give it some more functionalities and spruce up its design. As always, feel free to subscribe to this channel with notifications or join the Frog Island Discord server if you want to stay updated on my development process or if you're just looking to have a good time. Anyways, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any thoughts, criticisms, things you liked or disliked that you'd like to mention, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear all the feedback. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next devlog coming very soon.